going on, guys? Welcome back to the Great Outdoors. Today we're going back to do a couple more layers on the log cabin. Hoping to get a bit of work done on it today. Bit of a late start. It's about 10:30, so definitely a little later than I wanted it to be, but that's okay. We'll get down there. Still a bit of a drive, but we'll be there in good time. Got a lot of rain yesterday, so I'm expecting a lot of water out here, so I'm gonna have to be careful. Hoping that the road's not submerged. There's a lot of flash floods out here, so you really never know until you get out there. So I'm hoping for the best, but yeah, I'll see you there. All right, guys, got all my gear loaded up. We made it here. It's 11:48, so it's almost 12 o'clock. Again, pretty late start today, so don't know how much I'll end up getting done, but a couple logs is better than nothing, right? So get a bit of work done, see where I get. Got a bit of a hike coming up, so I'll meet you at camp there. All right, guys, made it back to camp. Looks the exact same as I left it. It's always a good sign. Gonna go probably get right to it, start cutting as many trees as I can. I want to try and get a bit of progress on this today. I don't have a lot of time, so see how much of this filming I can get, and yeah, hoping to get at least a couple more layers on this. I might start cutting the door today, see if I can't frame that out a little bit, start to give it an actual like cabin kind of look, but we'll have to wait and see how many logs I can get cut down, so stay tuned. All right, guys, making a bit of headway. Got another layer on each side. Slowly coming together. I mean, it's just getting tedious now. Just same thing, cutting, stacking. But yeah, we're getting there. I mean, the back wall. One sec, let's take a look. This back wall is about one more log to hip height. So I'm saying it's probably around maybe 3 feet, something like that. So it shouldn't be too bad. I mean, bring it up a little bit more, and I don't expect to be able to stand on this wall, like more so just kind of like a duck or a little hide under, but this wall I definitely for sure want to be able to stand up on, so we'll have to see how that kind of works out. But I think my next step is going to be cutting the door. It's getting a little high up now, so it's a bit hard to step over when I'm carrying the logs, so I feel like a door would be a little helpful. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do it yet, but we'll do some marking up, a bit of cutting, and yeah, I'll be back. All right, we're getting there. Slowly but surely. Cut the door there. Not too bad. I forgot that the little spacing in between the logs is going to be an issue because now that I cut them, they're not setting that flush. So it shouldn't be that big of a deal. I got a couple spikes, so I'll just drive them in the end and I'll have to stuff them eventually. I'm going to have to stuff most of it just to insulate it, so not too worried about that. We'll get to it when we need to. So what I think I'm going to do next is I got a little tree over there. I'm going to split it in half and kind of make the door frame, and then put the log on top. And yeah, hopefully it'll look half decent. I don't really know, so stay tuned. I'll try and film as much of this as I can. All right, we're making some good progress. Got my door framed up. Unfortunately, while I was splitting that log, it kind of spun a little bit. I'll show you here. So you can see it kind of starts well down there, but then twists out a little. I tried to fix it. There's a clip in there. Me putting the header of the door on and kind of trying to twist a little bit. Didn't work out as good as I wanted it to. Kind of just ripped the nails out. So I decided to leave it. It's not going to be ideal, but I mean, it'll do. Like, it's gonna hold the door anyway, so not like it's the end of the world. Just might take some points down on like the looks department, but is what it is. I mean, it's not gonna be perfect. So I think what I'm gonna do now is put up a couple more layers, maybe try and get some more trees down. It is getting later in the day. It's starting to get pretty cold. It's currently 1:30, so not too bad, honestly. I actually thought it was going to be a little later. So maybe I'll cut some trees down, see what I can't do here. All right, guys, I must say, having that door there and not having to cut the logs as long is definitely going to be a huge plus in this process. I mean, the back wall still, obviously, I gotta cut them long, but that's only one out of the 4 logs that I'm gonna have to cut in order to get it, because I'm able to cut this one and that one and the 2 sides way shorter, which is pretty good because it's gonna allow me to get more out of the trees that I cut down, which is always a plus. So I think what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna have a little break, take a drink of water, and then I'm gonna go back, start cutting some trees, and yeah, we'll see if we can't get a couple more layers on this. I don't plan to stay out too late tonight. It is pretty dark right now. It's pretty cloudy, so last thing I want is either a bit of rain to hit me or it to get too dark for me on my journey out. So we'll wait and see how many trees I can get cut down in the next like hour or so. Put as many levels on as I can, but honestly, some pretty good progress coming. I'm liking seeing the door. It's giving me a little bit more hope. Kind of got a little tedious there just looking and seeing the same old every day. So the door is definitely good progress. So yeah, we'll see what we can do in a little bit. All right, guys, just on my way to go cut another tree, and kind of noticed when I was looking back at a couple of the clips that I had some music in there. YouTube's obviously not too fond of that, so I'm gonna have to fill it with something. I apologize in advance if it's a little different kind of music from what the videos normally are. I'll try and keep anything that doesn't have music in it. But yeah, obviously can't play a bunch of random songs. So we'll see what we can do there. I'm gonna go cut a couple more trees. And yeah, we'll see. It's been a bit of a weird winter, really. Like, we haven't had any snow yet for the most part. Like, a bit of snow here and there, but it hasn't seemed to stay. And I'm pretty grateful for it on days like this. Like, I wouldn't be able to build this cabin as much as I am if it was snowing super heavy. So definitely not too bad. I would like some snow though. I mean, it doesn't feel right not having snow in the wintertime. So I don't know. We'll see what we get, but for now I'm not complaining. Allow me to do a bit more work. So yeah. All right, guys, I'm working away a little bit. A couple layers on the front, a little bit on the back as well. It's doing pretty good. I'd say the back's about 3.5 feet tall now. Front's about the same. And yeah, not too bad. I started a little bit there off camera, just packing the holes in the logs there with a bit of moss. As you can see, it's very rigid once you start packing the holes, and it goes from something like this where you can see right through to a nice solid backing. And if you go to the back as well, you'll see the same thing. So all you do is go in, push a bit more. There's a couple spots back here that could definitely use a bit extra. It does take a lot because you want to make sure it's nice and tightly packed in there, but it is definitely a good natural insulator. So I think what I'm going to do is there's a really big moss bed just down the road on my way here. Once I start getting the walls up a little bit more, I think what I'm going to do is bring a big bag, load up with as much moss as I possibly can, and start to stuff a bit of these holes. It's always good to just be able to see it. And I don't know if you can tell the difference there, but it definitely closes it off on the bottom compared to leaving it open. And makes it so that I can keep some heat in there and those a little bit colder April nights when I decide to start fishing down here. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. Cut quite a few logs today. I'm getting a little tired, so I think I might start to call it there. It's about 3 o'clock, so definitely a good amount of work done today, but like I said, it's getting a little later in the day, so not gonna probably go for much longer. I am really liking the way it looks though. I don't know if you can tell, that's the whole thing there. The door's probably, I'd say, a little shorter than, I'm about 6 foot, so I'd say, I don't know, a couple inches shorter. So not too bad. I mean, the door is definitely going to be a tricky thing. Don't know how I'm going to build it yet, whether that's out of logs or if I'm going to build it at home and kind of bring it here. Haven't quite decided, but that can always be a later decision. Shouldn't be that big of a deal. For now, though, I'm going to pack up the bag, and I'll see you in a sec. All right, guys, just made it back to the Jeep. Had a good time today. It was really good to put that door in, kind of see, or at least the frame of it, and see what it's going to look like with having the full door, and kind of get a better idea of what it'll look like when it's fully finished. I'm getting there. Like, it's almost done. Couple more logs here and there. I think once I get that back wall finished and start working towards the roof, it'll be a lot easier because I won't have to worry so much about cutting those big trees and be able to kind of cut them into smaller portions and get more out of one. So that'll be a good thing once we get there. But again, a couple more days work, not that big of a deal. We'll get there eventually. It's only beginning of January, so fishing season doesn't open until April. So I got tons of time. Try and work way out of here and there and see what we can do. I'm pretty excited to get down fishing again. Been itching, but I still got a couple months to go, so we'll have to wait and see. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed today, and I'll see you later. Peace.